It's Bourbon Night. Hello, I'm Chad.
I'm Sarah.
We have
a lot of glasses.
16. I can't even.
Is that 16?
16
oh,
bourbons.
Look at him. Here, 16.
Well, you can't see my feet. They're underneath the table.
Oh, is that where they are?
Yeah.
The question of the day is...
do barrel proofs still shine when they're cut down to 90 proof?
Oh, he really wanted it to rhyme, you guys.
I really wanted it so bad.
But I think, you know, we've been talking for a long time about how we've just become more accustomed to barrel proof bottles, and those have become our new favorites. We do a lot of recommending about them, but I think Chad and I have kind of been wondering, like, that's not how everybody likes to drink them, and we've got a lot of people out there who watch, and maybe they like it with a couple drops of water or a cube of ice.
You know, we praise these high-proof bourbons all the time. You know, we are self-realized proof hounds.
Proof hound.
Okay, so what we did is we picked a barrel proof bourbon from 4 different distilleries. So we have Elijah Craig Barrel Proof A120 at 136.6.
Heaven Hill.
Rare Breed at 116.8.
Wild Turkey.
Stagg Jr. Batch 13 at 128.4.
Buffalo Trace.
And Booker's 2020-01 Granny's Batch at 126.8.
Jim Beam.
Do these barrel proofs still ring exceptional when they're cut down to a proof that we picked, which was 90 proof? So like the Booker's, is that going to end up tasting just like a Jim Beam Devil's Cut at 90 proof? Will the Stagg Jr. taste like a Buffalo Trace
or an Eagle Rare?
In front of us, we have the barrel proof version. Behind it, we have cut these down to 90 proof. We did this last night, so they've sat in their own little bottle for about 24 hours so they could mingle.
We drink all these barrel proofs and move on to the 90 proofs. Two things are going to happen.
Whoop.
One, the 90 proofs are going to taste like water. And two, our tongues will be fried from the barrel proofs. So we've actually thought it would be best to go in reverse order.
Yep.
We'll try the 90 proofs, step it up to the barrel proofs, and then talk about what happened.
Let's get it started here.
Let's do it.
Let's grab we grab the Elijah Craig.
Now this is the 90 proof iteration.
This is batch A120.
Ooh.
By the way.
I actually think this still smells really great for a 90 proof.
It does.
Nice caramely brown sugar, a little cinnamon on there. At the 90 proof. I mean, I'm not mad at that at all.
Me either.
I think that even might drink a little bit hotter than the 94.
Than the 94, I agree.
Ooh, but when you know is the barrel proof, I mean, that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But I feel like on the nose, it keeps a lot of those same great things that are happening on the barrel proof nose, just not as much oomph.
Yeah, this is a lot more woody, barrel forward. Now, you know, the difference between this at 90 proof and the 94 small batch is this is a 12-year, whereas the small batch is a non-age stated, and this is also non-chill filtered, where the small batch I don't believe is advertised as being non-chill filtered. Man, it's got some heat for 90 proof.
It's got some heat. It's nice.
So here's what we decided we're gonna do. We are gonna try all the 90 proofs first, but so you guys can get a back-to-back comparison, we're gonna edit this to where we'll jump ahead to where we're having this. So you'll be seeing that, and we can talk about those similarities and differences right now. Barrel proof.
Man, that nose. I always forget how much I love this until I come back to it. It's so rich.
Rich, caramel.
Oh, it smells so good.
It smells like it's gonna have a really buttery, exceptional mouthfeel, you know?
I mean, I'm like literally salivating a little bit. All right, let's go.
Okay.
So we came down 46.6 proof points. Man, that at barrel strength. Oh my gosh.
There's that hug I've been missing this whole time.
You know, like when you get something sour and it makes your mouth water? That's happening, except for without that feeling of it being sour. Like, I really think that the 90 proof, right? It's just stupid good. It's just stupid good.
It's stupid good.
But I think that the 90 proof does a really good job of, again, being a lower proof, being more approachable, but keeping a lot of the things, like the reminiscent, the history or
keeping
whatever.
It the remnant.
What's pulling the thread through of all the great things that I loved about the barrel proof? It is holding on to those things.
Wow.
It's just bringing the heat down. It is bringing the mouthfeel down and the richness down, but the heat comes down with that.
Yeah. Coming from this to this, obviously it is a letdown, but that through line you're talking about, the flavor for 90 proof, it's doing a great job.
It's keeping all those great reminiscent things. Yeah.
All right.
116.8, is that right?
Yes, 116.8.
Yes.
Now it's 90 proof. That's an odd nuttiness.
I don't like.
That's almost like a Dickel type of
It is.
nuttiness. Very sweet nutty.
Very sweet, kind of
This does not smell like wild turkey.
walnuts or pecans. I don't know. I think it's walnuts.
When you nose the regular rare breed, I guess I can see where it's coming from.
I see where it's coming from.
Yeah.
That is unusual, though. I
Wow.
don't remember ever thinking that rare breed smelled that way.
And it's got more nuttiness than I think the rare breed has.
At full proof.
At full proof. It doesn't have, we compared it to a Dickel nose. It doesn't have a Dickel taste. It's not as sweet.
I think with the 90, it's coming across with a lot of char, a little sweetness, but I think just more like burn on the back end of it. That I think it's normally more well-rounded when it's at full strength. I'm not a huge. It's fine cut down, but I'm not a huge fan. It's got an unnecessary burn.
Heat. Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, like a cinnamon red hot.
Yes.
This does not taste like the 13-year export,
No.
which I think is 90 proof. Of course, this is a combination of like 6, 8, and 12-year.
Yeah. So there's
in the
that.
batch. Rare breed time.
Rare breed time.
116.8 proof. Now that's a turkey nose. I don't know what this thing was. This is a turkey nose.
This is turkey for sure. This is also the lowest price and probably the most readily available.
And the lowest proof.
But man, if rare breed is not a great value,
It's a really great value. Not as exceptional
no.
as the Elijah Craig.
But again, it's what, $20 to $30 less.
It's
on
available.
the shelves all the time.
Yep.
Very consistent.
I know some of you are going to say it's Elijah Craig's on my shelf. It's not here. And it's not in a lot of other states.
Yeah, so we're jealous of where you live. But I will say that about rare breed is we normally give it the value barrel proof by award. And I think that is for a couple of reasons, especially after going through this.
Still works.
Again, with the availability, the price, but also I think it's meant to be at this proof, like based on what we've talked about today.
Yeah.
Like if you don't like something this high proof and you want to add water to it, I think this is meant to be where it's at.
Okay, before we move on, or about at the halfway point, so we want to tell you about our home on the internet. It is whiskyambitions.com. It's where you can get glassware such as these, water glasses such as these. Hey, t-shirts, such as the one that I'm wearing, and others, rocks glasses, challenge coins, and more, always coming soon. That's whiskyambitions.com.
You can become a patron at patreon.com/itsbourbonnight and join in our community and conversation. We do bonus episodes, extra content for patrons, patron-only podcasts, polls, and more.
Yeah.
All the time. Lots of stuff.
All that time.
All that time.
All right, let's move it on. Stagg Junior Batch 13, which is from 2019. This is actually currently our latest version, so that's why we went with that one.
128.4?
128.4 is what this was originally at before we cut it down to 90 proof. So let's see what we got.
Well, that doesn't smell like Buffalo Trace. It smells like a Buffalo Trace product.
Yes.
It doesn't smell like Buffalo Trace bourbon. Does that make sense?
Yes,
Not the brand Buffalo
It smells
Trace.
like the distillery. It doesn't smell like the brand.
The brand.
It smells a lot.
We're still smelling.
No, that's fine.
The barrel proof has such a nice smoky, it's almost like a velvety
And there's this perfume
elegance to it. Yes.
to the regular strength. That
Stagg Junior smells like a old Hollywood movie star. A starlet.
Okay.
This is how Elizabeth Taylor smells.
Smells like Fei Mei in King Kong. Hey.
Oh, that's a little sharp. Has like a little bit of a grapey note to it too.
It does, for sure.
Oh yeah, grape.
I've gotten that on some Eagle Rare before.
Sometimes, yes, but I don't normally get that on the full proof, the Stagg barrel proof.
Oh, no.
That's nice though, kind of. I've never. I don't think I really ever get much of a fruity note.
Now again, this is a non-chill filtered product. Eagle Rare, Buffalo Trace, those aren't advertised as non-chill filtered, so I would just have to assume that they are.
Almost bordering on like a black licorice. Almost, not quite. If it's still at 90, still bringing that heat. A lot of heat, a lot of great mouthfeel still.
Sure. I'll have to say that the Stagg Junior cut down is a lot more recognizable of its distillery than the rare breed was, which just seemed to be
Totally.
I couldn't have even ventured to guess.
No.
Stagg Junior,
To the Stagg.
batch 13, 128.4.
Barrel proof. Ooh, it's
2020. I felt like we were in a rap video there for a second.
2020.
Stagg
Another
Junior,
one.
batch 13, 128.4. Death Row label. Wow, that's such an old label. Why did I go with Death Row?
Because you're old?
Aftermath. Dr. Dre.
Just yell DJ Khaled.
DJ Khaled!
So I get more of a cherry on the nose of this one, whereas I got the grape on the palate of the proof down.
I get like this just intoxicating syrup smell, you know? Just...
It smells like a 1930s or 40s Hollywood starlet. It smells sexy.
It does. Why don't you come up and see me sometime? Why don't you come up and drink me sometime? There we go. Woo!
It is sexy.
No, I do get the grape on this.
I get the cherry on the nose, but I get the grape on the palate.
Yeah. And we were saying grape on this one too, right?
On the proof down, so that does hold up. Oh, it kicks.
Hello.
This was my first big surprise.
Yeah.
Sarah's first barrel proof. Oh, it should be a little book. A little like written in children's stories style, but for adult. It would be obviously not for children.
Oh, okay. Wow. Stagg really gets into your gums.
Rich. It is. It's like a meal. And Chad, choose it like guys.
I need a fork and knife. All right, I'm back on the...
It's hefty? I don't know.
I'm back on the 90.
Okay, let's talk about the 90.
We're going to see if this can even work.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Oh.
I've come to drink with you again.
Yeah, we had a little sad moment there because it was such a
Yeah, it was such an awe. It has still some good flavors, but it loses so much of that oomph that I love about it. But it makes sense because it went down 30.4
Yeah.
proof. But still, it went less. It had less distance to go than that Elijah Craig, and yet it still doesn't. Oh, I don't know.
I can see how they're related. These are cousins. I mean, this is still the most recognizable of the distilleries.
True.
I still feel that way.
Still good. It's a lot sweeter, I think, at the 90.
More grain.
Not in a grainy way, but in the grain sweetness kind of way.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. You know, we don't drink bourbon on ice very often anymore, but you know when you've gone back to your drink or you've let that big ice cube sit in there too long?
You forgot about it and you come back and you're like...
This kind of reminds me of that.
There's you're disappointed in yourself
you're like,
that you let it melt.
This wasn't this 20 minutes ago.
No.
You know?
Yeah.
Nowadays, we don't sit with a bourbon longer than 20 minutes, like longer than 10 minutes.
Don't tell on us.
Let's be honest.
Someone's going to have an intervention for us.
Booker's 2020-01 Granny's Batch. 126.4. Sarah, this does not smell like anything that says Jim Beam on it.
This smells like a clump of dry hay and dirt.
You think so? I think it's just a Logan's Roadhouse walking in the door,
the musty,
nutty particulates. Wow.
A dusty country road.
Yeah. Now we should say 2020-01 is a very nutty edition of Booker's. So.
But I'm saying like dusty country road with hay. You know, again, particulates in the air. It's just like that atmosphere.
It's a bourbon warehouse. I mean, the old wood.
Yes. Oh, it does smell like a warehouse.
Sometimes there's a country ham curing, hanging in a warehouse. That happens at Beam. I like this nose.
Musty.
I gotta say, I like this nose better. But
oh, definitely.
I like this nose.
This is just interesting. I don't know that I like it as much as you do.
Oh, but the taste is a little bit of a letdown. It tastes very watered down.
That changes it so much.
Wow.
Oh, wow. It's so changed.
It's dry.
It's dry, and there's like a weird pop of heat in the middle.
And it's dusty.
Like I immediately wanted to reach for my water, not because I want to rinse, but because I'm thirsty now.
As that heat pops, there's a little bit of a brightness.
And this might be one of the driest things I've ever had at 90 proof. And you get not nearly as much heat and warmth as you did on the Elijah Craig and the Stagg.
Same. Wow, this is a really
different experience.
Nutty, dusty, oaky, little campfire, odd experience.
And again, I don't think that any of these taste bad cut down to 90 proof. I think it lost so much of what I loved.
Right.
It's just not balanced.
Booker's 2020-01 Granny's Batch and Bourbon works.
It does work.
Now, we've been taking little breaks here in between, but It's, you know,
Also-
to save the tongue, but
Even with taking tiny sips, I've got 8 glasses in front of me. Like, you can still see I feel like it's at the circuit, or not the circus, the fair, when you bop the little ball into the glasses to win a fish.
goldfish.
Win a fish, yeah. That's kind of how I feel right now.
And instead, we're just drinking like a fish right now.
Yeah, well,
That nose.
that is the nuttiest nose
peanut
ever.
buttery,
Peanuts.
specifically.
We have actually in Lexington the Jif factory, and when you
Yeah.
drive by it, it smells like peanut. It smells like this. It smells
does.
like roasting peanuts. This is the boozy version of the Jif factory,
Ooh.
and it tastes like peanuts.
Oh, wow. And we like that, we should say.
Oh, I
that's
like
not,
that a
That's
lot.
not going to be for everybody.
No,
But
well,
man,
not everybody likes peanuts.
Man, I freaking love peanut butter.
It's still, though, I can see now, doing the 90 proof first,
Yeah.
and coming to this, I can see that dusty, atmospheric,
The particulate. Sure.
kind of thing going on. I got an image of John Wayne
So.
from Red River in my head.
El Dorado for me.
Gritty. I mean, it's got that savory nutty, but it's like very masculine, if that's a thing. Can you say? I mean, you know, but I think you can, because I think sometimes you get some fruity, floral, delicate notes in a bourbon, which I also love, but this is very like
This is more.
if Old Spice tried to make a bourbon
Yeah.
or something
This
like
is
that.
more saddle,
It's very, yes.
hay,
Hay.
barn.
Yes. You're nailing it.
Yes. So I still stand by what I said. I understand now where it's coming from,
Mm-hmm.
but I'll also say this. I don't think this flavor profile, and by this I'm meaning this, is meant to be at 90.
It never was. It was always meant to be
Yeah.
You know,
because it tastes
as
too,
it was in the barrel.
It tastes too, what could have been, you know? And sometimes we
100%
review
agree.
bourbons and we're like, man,
I wish they had
I-
let this be.
like what's happening, but I wish they could have let it be higher.
Yeah.
I wish they would have just let that Mustang just unbridledly run
That's exactly.
in the butte. Butte?
I don't know. I completely agree with you. I think that's a great analogy, though, is that this 90 proof Booker's tastes like something that you broke and tamed its spirit.
Oh, you broke that horse.
You
yeah.
broke it and you tamed its spirit, and it was never meant to be tamed. It was always meant to be this.
Now it just does pony rides in a circle at a
And
fair.
it's depressed. Oh, what a sad scene.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
So if you've spun all your yarns and said everything you need to say.
I think I have.
I think I have too. Are you ready to
Yes.
break this
Let
down?
me clear the table. Okay, so the award for most unrecognizable goes to the rare
Rare
breed.
breed.
My God, don't cut it down to 90 proof.
Sure, but you're also paying the lowest price for it.
Correct.
You
So cut it a break.
Cut it a break.
The award for tastes the most like the distillery when cut down, I think we're in agreement. It's got to go with the Stagg Junior.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think that for me, that's a bit of a tie. I
With
think
the
with the
Bookers?
with the Bookers.
Okay. I just don't know of
Bookers-
any beam that tastes like
But
this.
It tastes
It
like
tastes like the
bean.
family, but it doesn't taste like a product. I feel like the Stagg tastes more like a product. I feel like this tastes more like a hybrid between Buffalo Trace and Eagle Rare.
Okay, I'll buy that. I buy that.
Now, the important part here, the award for taste best cut down to 90 proof.
I think we're
Are we in agreement?
Obvious agreement. Yes. It's the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. The
Yeah.
coolest thing about this is that it had the farthest to go
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
out of
yeah.
everybody.
Wow.
It had 46.6
Sure.
proof points. It went from 136.6 to 90.
Yeah.
And yet still maintained the strongest connection in flavor and in heat and just overall mouthfeel experience. Yeah, and I think it's not the least expensive, but it's also not the most expensive.
Correct.
I'd say it's easier to find than Stagg Junior, but not as easy to find as Booker's or Rare Breed.
Correct. Yeah.
So I think in a lot of ways it's sitting in the middle, but you get a wider range of proof opportunity.
That it can more than likely handle that water because every proof is going to provide and bring up different little nuances. But
It can handle it.
if our theory, or not theory, hypothesis is correct, this should stand up to the water as it gets cut down.
So, Chad, if we don't have to rank these, I don't think specifically like
It's not. We're not on the flight
It's
fight
not a
set.
flight fight, but I think we can both agree that our number one recommendation for what holds up best, what still shines, is the Elijah Craig. I think we can also agree that the thing that we don't recommend you proofing down would be the rare breed. And I think that we would agree that the Stagg Junior and the Bookers fall somewhere in the middle, and that's all based on what your
Yeah.
personal preference is, how much
Yeah.
you're going to proof it down, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
So, the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof it is.
This was a cool experiment.
It was cool. I think that it kind of extrapolates value and what you should choose in a different way.
There you go. Okay. Very good. Well, hey, this was fun. I see this moving to the flight fight stage in a different type of format, but still proof down. We've got some other ideas.
Intriguing.
Yeah, we'll see what you guys think about that. Hey, if you haven't subscribed to us already, you can do so by clicking right up here. There's also suggestions of other videos. You can click right down here. We hope to see you over there in those. Thanks, Sarah.
Thanks, Chad.
Okay. Until next time, drink more bourbon.
Make more noise.